that fender liner looks terrible, so it's time to replace it. Fortunately, it's a pretty quick and easy job. First, make sure you've set the parking brake. Since we're on a slanted driveway, we're chalking the rear wheels for extra safety. Then loosen the lug nuts on the wheel. Then lift the vehicle using the recommended jack points in your owner's manual until the front wheel is off the ground. And always use jack stands when jacking up a vehicle. Then remove the lug nuts. And with those out of the way, then the next step is to remove the wheel. Just set it aside, and you're able to see how bad the damage actually is. The fender liner is held in by several of these plastic retainers and rivets. You're going to have to look and find all of them, pop them off one at a time. Some of them are already gone, but in order to get this guy out, you're going to have to pull about a dozen or so of those plastic rivets out. Just take a flat blade screwdriver, shove it in there, in that lip, and then just twist, and it falls right out. There you go. There's one. And then it's the same procedure for the rest of the retainers here. Get under and turn, pops right off. And as you can see, this one's already broken, even though I was trying to be careful there. These are cheap. Just buy them in bulk and replace them all. It makes a whole lot more sense than trying to reuse them. At the ends of the fender liners, there's bolts keeping it on. Just hit that with a socket and it comes right off. Up front there's a couple more bolts to remove as well. And once that's done, then just remove the fender liner by pulling. Alright, so this is the new fender liner assembly. Notice all these holes here. These are all going to need plastic rivets. Make note that some of them are kind of hard to reach, weirdly placed. This is why you have to order new plastic rivets. You can't just get a new fender liner and then reuse the retainers. Get you a bulk pack of retainers here, because you won't be reusing these brittle ones. Alright, just generally shove that up in there, and then you can get started on the plastic retainers there. These are really simple. Take the new one, plug it in, push down, done. This might be different for you, but I found it way easier to work from these inner retainers here and then work your way out to the fender. There's a tricky part up front. You've got to have the fender liner go underneath the air dam here. Otherwise, if it's on top here, you're going to be catching air on the highway, and it's going to go inside and then blast the fender liner onto the tire or the road. And then you'll be doing this again in a week. Alright, looking good. So now it's just a matter of putting the wheels back on and lowering her down. Job complete. And just a heads up, this job did require 13 of these little retainers. Yours could be higher or lower. Get the wheel and the lug nuts back on. Get the lug nuts back on, and then torque the lug nuts back to factory spec. You'll be able to find that in your owner's manual. Then remove the jack stand and lower the vehicle. That looks a whole lot better.